The White's pool. The pool at the White House. That's one of the only places in the world that I can't get my bearings.
Really?
Like, I could stand most any place on the planet and be like, that's north, that's east, that's south, that's west.
Okay.
And those are those directions are correct.
Correct.
In that location, I don't know, it did something to my magnetics or something. I could not tell which way was north. Anywhere. Even in like I couldn't grasp it. Like if I looked at a compass, I would be like, no, that just doesn't seem right.
Your gut.
It's just weird. It's just how energetics works. How places, the energy of a place can override the frequency of a person and their own knowing and belief. I need some water. I need to take... I keep forgetting to take these. I'm supposed to take one in the morning and one at night. And I don't know when the last time I took one. Yesterday I didn't take one in the morning. I did think I took one at 1, and then I think I did the same thing today. Oh well. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I'm pretty in tune with my emotions and my feelings. I'm also pretty versed in astrology, astronomy. I got a pretty wide, broad spectrum. Science, I got a background in science. I got a new background. Can you tell? We got this shell from the Earth Angel. I put it together this afternoon. Big old truck, big old Penske truck pulled into the back. And I was like, I wonder. And then he pulled in, backed up, pulled out, and he jumped out of the truck, and he had a FedEx uniform on. I said, I suspected you were FedEx incognito. Cause they have. You need a drink, buddy? For the season, so many people are ordering things that they're hiring extra. They don't have the trucks to support this, so they hire the staff, and then they're renting trucks. So it came in a big old long box. It started to fall, and I didn't realize how heavy it was, and I went to grab it, and then the other guy, and I did something, and the freaking tendon in my hip went pop. I was like, oh, this is new. This is something different.
That would hurt.
It hurt, so it's still sore.
It will be sore.
It's gonna be sore for a few days. It like twang like a freaking guitar string. It like came out and then went back in. Oh man. So that's all right. I got pretty healing hands. I'll just keep working on it, you know. Benny. So today was a pretty good day. Aside from the shelf, I finally got a freaking dog gate, and it was a total fluke. I went in to Ace Hardware today to buy some packing tape so I could send some friend, Benny, no. Something at the post office so I could ship something to a friend at the post office. So I needed tape. So I stopped there to get the tape, and I just happened to look up, and there was a pet gate right there. I've been looking for one for a while. I was so happy. What are you doing? There's nothing you can get, you turd. Benny. Ben is in a good mood, Margie. You just mind your own business, Margie. You, Benny. Come here. Come here. Benny. Benny is the problem child. Benny with the waggedy tail. Benny has the right angel wing. Artie has the left. It's on the left. And then Tucker has the connector. Benny, shut up, world. Your cuteness, Benny. He has to get Grandma Retta's crumbs. She drops crumbs and then he's the Hoover. I blame my desire to have a dog like this in my life. I don't blame. My early childhood programming was the Basset Hound. What? Are you not done? Oh, downward dog. Show my pretty. Show the prettiness. Tap your toes. Show them how you do it. Goodest boy. Is because I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, the sword. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thank you, Benny, for saying hi. Your cuteness, Benny. Big face Benny. He came from Trainer, Iowa. Some people abandoned him at a farmhouse that nobody lived at. Just dumped him off there, and some people I know saw him. They're out there hanging out with their horses, and then they came back like 9 days later, and he was still out there, skinnier than he was the last time they saw him. So they called me and said, Marge, we know that you're involved with this dog rescue. We got this hound dog. And so I got a hold of the folks at Beagle Basset Rescue, or Basset Beagle Rescue, the Heartland, and said, can we take him in? I'll foster, I'll keep him, you know. And then we got him to the vet. He got neutered or spayed or whatever. And then he was supposed to go live in 3 different places. The first place, they had like a young girl that had like tracheotomy. She had all kinds of health problems. I left him. I got home. I was home maybe a half hour. The lady called, said you need to come get him. He's been on the kitchen table just barking incessantly. He wanted to come back. And then another time, same kind of scenario. It just was not a match. And then the third time he was supposed to go to Owaotha, Kansas, and I was crying for 3 days. And then I just decided to keep him, and he's been hanging out with us ever since. He's a good boy. He brings Loretta a lot of joy. And he lets me know when something's up, too. He does. They all see, I got so much, I've healed so much baggage that I got 4 emotional support dogs. Anyway, so the stuff. Want to see some Little Marge? Little Marge. Back when they used to dress me up, and I hated this. I used to pull. Mom would get mad because I'd pull the barrettes and stuff out of my hair. You'd just be like, just leave it long enough for him to take the picture. I felt like I was in drag. Woo! There it is. Little Marge. Oh my gosh. I never had a chance. I won't show that one. Mom, you were kind of a looker, huh? I guess as far as women go. I had the most jacked up teeth. Trauma. I don't know. I think there's a direct relation between trauma and like dental stuff. Walking down, I haven't been able to have these photo albums have been in boxes for years. For like 2 years. And my dictionary has a place to be. Remember Grandma Gardner? That came from Grandma Gardner. And our Earth Angel sent it. Not only did the lady that sent us all the bookshelf, she sent us all the freaking loot There's so much loot. Oh my gosh. Wow. It makes my body tingle. Mom likes it, huh, Mom? We got Tucker over here sleeping on the chair. He's on the chair. He's such a good old boy. He's 12. My little old men. We're all just, that's what my goal in life is just to have a place for them all to be comfortable until it's time for them to take their last breath and go hang out at the Rainbow Bridge and wait for me. I hate that part. That part sucks. Anyway, so I called today's talk Inter-Revolt. People are changing their polarity. People's polarity are changing. It happens all the time. There's just certain cycles that it's just more likely for people that are likely to go through some sort of substantial change. I know I've gone through substantial change this year. You know, losing Jessica, that was a big life change. She was only 39 years old, and you know, and kind of any cravings that I had for the holiday to, you know, tie one on, get wasted, you know, to delve into my shadows and my you know, because I'm Scorpio moon, I'm all about that stuff. I'm not about moderation. There's nothing about me that's about moderation. You know what the part that about me that I work on real hard is the part about me that is about discipline. See, and that's what more people need to learn. Because everybody's all going around their free will, living the best version of their life. Where's the discipline in that? That's an imbalance. I've had the imbalance myself. I'm not ridiculing. I'm identifying. I'm recognizing. I'm encouraging folks that if you don't like the way you're living, there's always ways to change it. And if you can't come up with your own ideas, I got lots of ideas, and I know a lot of people that have good ideas too. Hot water. Water. So the revolt. People are changing their polarities, you know. A lot of people have been happy-go-lucky their whole lives. Just life hits them. Bam! Just smacks them. Something happens. Whoa. What? Yep. That's what happened to me on September 24th when my sister's boss got a hold of me on Facebook. Asked me to call her and then let me know that she had been killed in a motorcycle accident in Phoenix.
She was?
Yep. Anyway.
How old was she?
39.
Oh, God.
Yeah, reminds me all the time. Anyone, yeah, I have the free will. I absolutely have the free will. Just go out and get that bottle. Go out and get that 18 pack. Go out and get that, because life is good, right? Just things are good. I could just go out and get a nice bottle, warm bottle, make some hot toddies, make some festive spirits, and just sit here and watch old movies and get stuck in some timeline that has nothing to do with the present, and that's where the gift is. That's what it does, man. It puts people in weird timelines. Yep. Makes people think they're younger than they are. Makes people think that other people are older than they are. Does all kinds of weird. Makes people just not care about people's age. If you get me. The world is waking up. What it's waking up to, it's up to the individual. Everybody has their own experience. Not everybody's going to wake up to the same thing until fucking the sun goes out and the poles flip and the it's just, what a sight to see, Ma, huh? What could potentially happen? Talk about a revolt. Talk about, you know, people are experiencing, they're evolving. It's just they're choosing what they evolve into. And usually when people choose the path of the ego and elude the path of the spirit, it like gluttony takes over. And then, I don't know. I think a lot of people get pickled. I think alcohol pickles a lot of people and sustains people. But what it turns people into, it ain't pretty. Anyway, that's why I gotta be careful, because I like that stuff a lot. Anyway, so the revolt. A lot of people are going to learn some very important life experiences this holiday season, whatever I call it. I celebrate the season. I like the season. Because you don't get the stuff in spring unless the seeds are like down in there and everything gets all cold and the ground has to freeze and do its thing so it can all reemerge in the spring. And people are doing that too. It's just what kind in your leisurely time, what are people doing? Are they doing things that are going to benefit them? Maybe go for a walk. I'm telling you, man, the more you take care of yourself, the more people want to take care of other people. It's going to make things better. People are going to be like, man, I feel real good. I'm always looking for things, and then I tell people, today was a good day. When I don't have crappy exchanges in public, then it's a good day. Sometimes they're not. But today it was just Ace Hardware. The people, I was talking to the guy. They're trying to put a local lumber company hardware store out of business. Randall's, I think it is. It's been around forever. And they're building a new Ace. But I told him I'll keep going to his store, because I don't like the one south of town. It don't feel good, and that's why I go to places. I only go to places that feel good. And he said that's why he worked there, or that's why he was at that location. And he John told me where the tape was. Anyway, nice guy. I bet the stuff that he knows from working in that place, and just being around the people in the local community. I'm gonna get all the story will continue. We'll continue with John at the Ace. It's just a nice tight kid. And then going to the post office. Joseph didn't help me, but the lady did, and she favored me a nickel. Oh, and I can't even believe I didn't. Here's my holiday miracle. See, astrology happens, and then I'm like, I got screenshots of, where my major placements and my planets and the degrees are, right? And all this, I'll be like, no, because all these different astrologers are focusing on different placements, on different storylines. And I listen to so many, and sometimes somebody will say something like, okay, that sounds familiar. I look it up. I'm like, okay, that fits. I'm not exactly sure what house and all that stuff it is. I'm not. And there's so many different people with so many different interpretations that I don't have time to re-verify all the time. Anyway, so the I don't even know I was saying that. But so I go to the post office today. Oh, so I know that big things are happening for people, and I just kind of wait and see how it's going to play out in our lives. Okay, Ma? So, when I checked the mail, there's an envelope in it. And my brother and I had a falling out a couple years ago. And we really haven't been on the best of terms. And I know astrology, and I know his birth. I know his all that stuff. I actually haven't ever looked up his birth time, but it's so funny. He and one of my dogs have the same birthday, and their personalities are so. They both had knee surgery. They get stressed out. They got teeth problems, dental problems. Yeah, it's funny how congruent people that are born the same birthday are. Anyway, so he's a real private guy. And he just wants to leave the past in the past. I think they're great stories, and I think that it's remarkable where I ended up and he ended up, and the things that we accomplished in life coming from the places that we came from. And I think that that would be a good example for other people that have come from other shitty places. That you can go places, because I did. And I just was a little retarded kid. I was just a little, little kid with that was autistic and all that stuff. Couldn't hold still can't. Don't make me having to hold still because everything hurts anyway. So I go to the post office today, and we've had a couple of really good conversations on the phone, and I learned to just turn things. I don't have any control. I've tried to control situations in my life, and they've worked out terribly. Like, they've blown up. My life is blown up because I've just, my self-will went completely amok, and I just went around, did everything I wanted, and I stopped paying attention to things, and I learned valuable lessons, thank goodness. Nonetheless, he moved last summer, and I wasn't allowed to get to know where they lived. And about freaking, because I love my nieces. And he and I, we could, not get along. We could never speak, that's fine. Whatever, people in families, that happens all the time. We go years without speaking, 5 years, several years. Yeah, life, people get busy, whatever. Yeah, we don't have one of those close families like I've seen so many people have. I was surrounded by it in the Midwest. Just the generations, and I can't relate to that stuff. I'm just a freaking, literally a spectator in this world, man. Just watching people. Sometimes people invite me into their lives, let me be a part of it. Often not. Anyway. So I got this envelope. Because one thing I miss is, like, the art. I moved back closer to them and stuff, and just wasn't meant to be. But I miss the refrigerator art and pictures to put on the refrigerator and stuff of my nieces, and I got some today. And Mom was super excited, and my niece, and it's so cute because it's like, Mom. I can see Mom when she was a little girl, and Angelica, right? Like, I could see you guys have like the same build, kind of. You're both tiny, small in stature, but you guys are spunky as all get out and stuff like that. And I just think it's really sweet. Because oftentimes Mom reminds me of a little girl now.
A little what?
A little girl.
Oh.
Like when you were younger. I can see you when you were younger. Like your personality comes out. Like, don't mess with me. Yeah. Don't mess with the little... Yeah, she's only small in stature. That's for sure.
Very welcome.
Yep. So, I'll just get a piece of the. God, my feet are killing me.
Oh, they just-
I got some really cool slippers for.
Why don't you get the put the slippers on now? Or
I'm wearing them, Ma.
Oh.
There's your little socks. Here's the. And I freaking love it. Because the hot cocoa, the steam, makes a heart. And then the sun's labeled. Or the elf is labeled. She labeled the elf on the moon.
Who did that?
Angelica. And there's the elf.
Where does she live?
Sack of tomatoes. And then it has an advent calendar on it. Mean old dad. Because her mom usually does that with her in the morning.
Her mother?
Yeah. And then they did something where the schedule changed. So dad had gave her breakfast or whatever and had to do the advent calendar. And so she got to do it, but he's like, nope. She was going to eat the chocolate, and she's like, nope, you gotta go eat your breakfast first. And he said you could just see her soul break. Like it broke her heart.
I broke her heart.
Because she's just so fragile that she just...
How?
She's 7.
Oh,
What?
so
Yeah, she just turned 7. Her birthday's 3 days before yours. So she's like the month before Christmas. Like the advent calendar. And the fact that the elf is labeled on the moon.
the elf.
Yep. Anyway, so I got refrigerator art, so that made today good. And then when I got, it was so, I opened the envelope. Actually, I didn't open the envelope. I didn't open the envelope till I got home. I waited to open it with you. But when I pulled it out of the mailbox, and I start walking towards the line to wait in line to ship my items, and I looked down, and he put the return address on it.
Oh.
And I got in line, and I stood there for a minute, and I just all of these emotions just overwhelmed me.
Well,
And I was just, and this woman was standing, and I said, I just started telling her, because I just started, my eyes, I just started crying. And I said, I'm getting my holiday miracle. If people don't believe in miracles, they need to. I said, my brother haven't been getting along for a couple years. And I wasn't even allowed to know where they live, and he just sent me stuff, and he had it put his address on here. So this is a... And I was telling this lady, and she was just like, wow, wow, wow. And I introduced myself later, and I was like,
that was
and
nice.
she, oh, and...
Really nice.
See, I don't care where I am in the world. I am going to connect with other human beings, and if people want to learn how to do that, just listen to that voice that's talking to from your heart. I mean, I go at the grocery store, it don't matter. I connect with people. I always have.
Yes, you have.
Even when I was scared. Because people made fun of the way I talked a lot of times. They would make me, what did you say? What did you say? People are very mean. And you know what's kind of a trip? Is how mean adults and creepy adults were to me. Until I was 12, 13, 14. And then I would start to I would start sticking up for myself, or I wouldn't put myself in positions where I'd be around creeps, because the world is freaking full of creeps. I think that's what a lot of people are waking up to, is that realization that they don't believe how many freaking perverts, because they don't want to accept that it's their people they know, or even themselves. So a lot of people are revolting. Their volts, their polarity, they're going from light to dark and dark to light. They're people's poles are flipping. So we'll see how this season turns out. Anyway, anybody in the talkie room? Hi, PETA. We are both doing well. Yes, we are doing well. We're good. Now I need more water because that stupid stuff makes me thirsty. What else happened today? So that was like, I don't know, that was a sweet moment. And then it was like over a nickel. I said, you cover me. I said, I'll bring back in a quarter. And she's like, no, you don't have to do that. I said, yo, yeah, I do. I said, somebody else might need it. So I went and got a quarter and brought it back. She's like, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, I know. Water is such a good thing. Are you drinking enough water? Where's your cup at? I get to fill your cup up a cup. That's how I know how much she's putting in. I know how much she's coming at. Well, nope. See, you're almost at the end. It's a good thing I looked, huh? I'm trying to use discipline and not open up all the holiday loot. Because today I saw... Oh, sorry. I guess you don't want that, huh? I saw these. What? Mom opened up... Did you open up that shirt you're wearing?
The shirt I have on?
Yeah. Was that today?
No.
Are you sure? You don't know.
It was the day before.
Between you and me, Mom, we got a whole memory. I found these today. More cool socks. See, I just put them all in a drawer. And then we see what we come up with. I love these. These are lemurs. They're lemurs on a bicycle. I dig them. What's this one? These are elephants. These are elephants and flowers. What are these? Stanley was checking out the shelves either. These are elephants. These are elephants and... Cool. Elephants and... flowers, and these are dogs pushing a wheelbarrow with sunflowers. What do you think about those, Ma?
Oh my God, those are nice and soft.
Those are our measures in life. Nice and soft. Nice and light. Is that it? Nice and light, nice and soft. Darn tough. We'll see how darn tough these socks are, because I am hard on things. Although I think, like today, I don't know. What else? It was a good day. And then I came home, and then I got that, and then I freaking twanged my hip. Oh my god. I'm so glad I have this wheelbarrow. Or not this wheelbarrow. I have this dolly. This dolly comes in handy. Has come in handy. Because the kid didn't help me push this thing up. He didn't really help me with the big box much at all. And he could have got a lot closer to the ramp too, but I've been working out. So lucky for me, it really wasn't a problem. I just had hurt myself. And so, because I just grabbed for it weird. It was a total freak accident. It was a total fluke. It was just me not processing all of the pertinent data I needed to not grab, because I grabbed it like this and it turned, and then it made my body do something weird, and it sucks. Still it sucks. So, but it'll suck less as time goes on. That's what the body does, it'll heal. It'll suck less. It just sucks right now anyway. But it's great because I got this rad bookshelf.
That is really good.
I got this really cool bookshelf with all this cool loot on it, Ma.
So many people never even get to see something like that.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah, that's another pertinent conversation topic. Hot talk. He said, "Mom, I'm trying to sleep. Leave me alone." All right, so I think I'm done sharing about my life, my day, and we're definitely in gratitude, huh? Seconds and inches. Hey, Ma. Seconds and inches. So, yeah. We've always just prayed about stuff, and things have always kind of worked out, and I don't know, man. We'll just have to keep praying because the world's getting squirrely, eh? That's about all I got for now. Hope you